Matthew, you started off Division II college at Grand Valley State, and here we are now with the career you've had so far. Did you ever think it would get to here?
I actually just believed. I just made sure I put in the work each and every day, and God took me to where I was meant to be. And so from Grand Valley, I just continued to work my butt off and just never felt like I was an underdog, but just always worked, tried to work the hardest and outwork everybody that I see.
And so do you still have that mentality of outworking everybody, even in a facility such as Foxborough?
Yeah, I try to do extra stuff for myself, and then just for my career. And I think it's more just making sure I'm physically right than just trying to like outdo somebody. I'm not trying to like outshine my teammates or say just to say I did more, but I'm just trying to make sure that I'm right and where I need to be for the game. And so usually I just tend to spend a little extra time working on my body or my cardio or anything that I can kind of do.
For sure. And you spoke about God there and what a big importance he's been in your life. Can you speak to that, Matthew, and how that's come about in your life? And I know you've had some difficult times as well as some good times. And can you just speak to your relationship with God and how he's helped you in those bad times, but just generally as well?
Well, the bad times is only like a little bit out of the day, and it's some stuff, it's some trickling effects from that stuff. But I try to just keep my faith in God to where that I'm never down. I know it's gonna be some bad stuff that happened in my life, and I know that I'm gonna have to overcome some obstacles and whatnot. But my faith is built not on sand, but on the land and in God and in Christ. And so with that being said, I know, it's gonna be something every day. It's gonna be something every day. And if I let that just affect me or move me or rock me, I won't be focused on what I have to do. I won't be focused on the tasks I have to accomplish. I kind of just wallow and simmer in something that really could have just been a passing couple minutes. And so I try to do that, and I try to just be around other men of Christ and men of faith. That definitely helps, just talking and bouncing ideas off each other, and then honestly just kind of knowing I'm not always right. Our pride and men and just humans in general, our pride is so strong in ourselves and what we learned or what we've done or what we accomplished, and that where somebody can say you're wrong and they have facts to back it up, and we just won't listen. So I'm kind of that person, but I just try to tend to understand where people coming from and understand that I could be wrong.
It's a brilliant answer, mate. Do you guys have a Bible study there in the building?
Yeah. Is we have a pastor, Jua, and then a couple other fellas. We come around and we get the word and we fellowship amongst one another. And so we got a pretty good group of guys.
Can you name any of the other guys that do it with you?
Yeah, like Slate, Dev, Cody being there, Janu being there, Bailey being there, Miles. It's a few other guys, Justin Bethel, and so forgive me if I forget your name or didn't say your name, but it's other guys that be in there, and we just talk amongst each other and amongst men, and we all come from a different walk of life. We always talk about that. Like some people grew up in the church, others had pastors' fathers, or kind of people ministering, and people, and some of us, we the first in the family to ever go to church. So it's just kind of interesting to hear other people's life story.
Absolutely. And so back on the football field for a moment, Matthew, 12 and a half sacks, a career high for you. How does that feel just from a personal level? I know it's about the team, but can you stop and recognize that at all? And how has that come about for you this season?
I think you kind of do that after, the season, or after your career, that you can say, all right, look, I did this, this is what I accomplished. But right now it's more a team approach. I need to get to the quarterback and get sacks or hit the quarterback or affect the quarterback, so my team can have success, not so I can have success. And so when I'm done, hopefully my highlight tape will be pretty sweet, or something like that. But I'm not really looking for that right now. I'm not looking for the look what I did, or the all eyes on me. It's about the Patriots. It's about us going out there and getting wins.
For sure. And so in terms of wins, you've had plenty of those this season. We're getting closer, obviously, to the playoffs. Now, you've got a 3-2 record as it stands against the teams currently on the AFC side of the playoffs. You've played on teams at the Ravens that have been big win teams, have been favored well going into the playoffs. How does this team sit in comparison?
It's just a different team, different year, and definitely just a different situation in the world as well. So as far as that, we just gotta come prepared for every game, and play well. And it's so easy. It's so easy to be said, but right now we're in the biggest games that we ever be in for this year and for this team. And so we have to mentally lock in and focus to where we can play until we win it all. But right now we got to take it one game at a time, and we can't overlook anybody, any opponent. Everybody's good, and it looks like everybody's kind of hitting their stride, and everybody's getting their players back from injury and stuff like that. So we gotta prepare like we fighting for our lives.
So what is it about this Patriots team you think could give other AFC teams sleepless nights as we head into the playoffs?
Just from what we do from a schematic standpoint, we have big players, or we can go on long drives, and I think our defense, we do a great job of giving every team different looks, and try not to be where you think we are going to be, or in a formation or coverage that you schemed up and you're like, okay, this is how we can beat them. And so we try to do that, and the coaches do a great job of preparing us throughout the week and calling it. So it helps us, and I think that's what's going to give people problems.
Is that difficult to learn, Matthew, as a defensive player? I know you're already a veteran in the league, 5 years to some extent at Baltimore, to have the ability to change your schematic nuances each week, depending on the other team. Has that been a greater adjustment coming from Baltimore, and how difficult can that be for players?
It could be difficult. It is what you want. This is our job. You come in here and you learn the playbook, or you learn what y'all gonna call that week, and you continue to move on, and you don't forget it, because it could be pulled up in week 18, from week 1 to week 18. And so that's what you do. And so that's what we get paid for. So it's if you can learn it, then you should learn it, and you should retain that information because you don't never know when it's going to be needed. You don't never know when you're going to have to pull it out or bring it back up, and it could be just an in-game adjustment. It could be a call that you didn't think you was going to run throughout the week, but the team came out in the scheme and be like, well, this will help us in this way. So, and then you just gotta go out there and execute and do your job. And so I think that's one thing we kind of harp on here is just execution, and also being being a player that you just not put in a bucket that this is the only thing you can do. I think our whole team, everybody does a lot of things on the field, and it shows in our play.
So what is it about Matt Judon that would surprise people?
So I don't know. That's a hard question to ask.
I'll put you on the spot.
I'm a funny person, I guess.
No, that's pretty common knowledge, I think.
Okay, bet. All right.
Even over here, mate.
Okay, that was surprise. I don't like scary movies. I don't watch them. I don't get into them. Like Freddy vs. Jason or Friday the 13th. I don't watch no scary movie. So yeah, I'm straight off that. So
have you ever watched one at all?
It messed me up. I watched the Boogeyman when I was little. No, Candyman. I watched Candyman when I was little. And then right after Michael Jackson, the Thriller music video came on. And then it was over after that. I ain't never watched nothing scary after that. And so, yeah, I don't watch no scary movies.
I don't think you're missing much. Matt, what else do you like to do off the field? Like, what are your hobbies away from Foxborough?
Hobbies away from Foxborough. I like to ride my bike. I got a bike, a road bike that I kind of be going on bike rides with. And then obviously playing with my kids. They're kind of young. I can't wait till like we get to start traveling, going on trips and stuff. But that, and then video games. I like to play video games.
What's a couple of places you're really keen to travel to once they get a little older?
Well, I want to take them on like a skiing or snowboarding trip. See how they can do that, and then just like out of the country, just experience different things. My oldest, Anaya, she wants to go to Australia, so we're gonna take a trip there. She loves koalas and kangaroos, and she loves animals really. So, but those are some of her favorite.
There you go. Well, that's a brilliant answer. You're never going to hear me argue with that. Yeah, that's brilliant. Hey, Matthew, just another one. Bill Belichick. Can you speak to what it's been like working with him at all?
Well, it's been real cool working with Bill, man. He knows so much about football. And the way he sees the game, I think is different from every coach in the league, kind of just because of how long he's been in the league. And so his in-game adjustments are like so now and so fast because he's seen the scheme, or he came up with the scheme, or he know the person who came up with the scheme, and he kind of knows the defense that will attack that scheme. So I think just working with him in that aspect has been pretty interesting. And then just his personality, I think is not nobody he the most interesting man in the league. So nobody kind of knows him, but I think his personality is great for just being a head coach of a lot of men and just how he carries himself. So I definitely respect him and how he carries himself.
Do you have a favorite memory of Bill from your time so far in New England?
I do. It's definitely like, I can't tell you too much about it, but it's definitely like in the team meetings, when he was talking to Josh Uche, and I thought it was hilarious. But that's about all I can tell you.
That's about all you can say. Okay, so
Yeah.
what makes him such a great leader of men?
I mean, I don't know, just his characteristics, how he speaks, how he carries himself. I think he has been doing this and seen so many different players. He's probably coached some of the best players that ever played the game. You know, and so he just and he then coached the wittiest of the wittiest or the most by the book players, and then he didn't coach some off the wall players as well. So I mean, he didn't seen it all. He kind of done it all, heard it all, and that's just how he handles himself. And so I don't think it's really nothing new that besides like social media that he not up on in the NFL.
Do you reckon? Do you think he might have like his own burner account somewhere, Bill, and he's just following it?
Man, I don't have no clue what he do with his personal time or on his phone. I don't know.
No. Hey, Matthew, I watched a couple of interviews you did just before you came to New England, and my sense was that there was a little bit of anxiety about the move, a bit of going into the unknown, and obviously there's a lot of moving and with family and other things that come with it. What's this been like for you as a person, this transition to New England, not just as a player, but just as a human being and your overall growth?
Well, yeah, I think I was comfortable where I was at, right? I've been there for 5 years. I had my house and my kids where their school was, and my and Brienne had her doctors and all that stuff. And so not just comfortable in my play, but comfortable in my life situation. And so just switching teams, it can get hard. It can get hard, but the transition has been pretty smooth, obviously. Besides, I only thing is I moved in the middle where all houses was going like hotcakes, like houses was selling off the market. And so that was pretty frustrating. But other than that, we came out here, we moved out here, moved in, and I got into a great school district. We had another child out here at Mass Gen, and everything's been kind of going smooth. I was able to get all our house packed up, so and so just making this home now, making this home base for us, and just making sure that like every trying to take care of everything and also be right on the field and make sure that I play well. But a lot of people really kind of don't think about what we have to go through, like just to go to a different team, the housing situation, kids, cars, clothes, and stuff like that. So but the transition was smooth. I had a lot of people help me out, and I appreciate them. And so now I'm out here, and now what do they call them? Like, I know in Michigan you're a Michigander, and so I don't know what
New Englander, is it?
New Englander.
I don't know. Maybe
Oh,
I've made that up.
But I'm in Massachusetts. I guess I'm a New Englander. I guess.
Maybe I've made that up. I don't want to get you in trouble.
Yeah, I don't know.
Matt, so again, playoffs on the horizon. The Super Bowl is obviously the goal of every athlete. Can you speak to the excitement, perhaps personally, and maybe what the feel is in the locker room as we get moving towards this? I mean, there was some real momentum going. You got some back last week against the Jags. What's the feeling? What are your hopes as we head into the postseason?
Well, Patrick, you know how we do it around here. We take it one game at a time, and that's the only way you can. I can look forward to the Super Bowl all I want. If we go out there and we don't take care of business every week until the Super Bowl, we'll be watching it at home. So right now, I'm focused on the Dolphins and going to Miami and finishing out our season. Other than that, I have no clue. Like, we don't know who we play. We don't know where we play. We don't know where we stand. And I think that's better for all of us, because we don't have any expectations. We don't know. And so right now, we just got to make sure that we go out here and finish what we started, and get this win Sunday, and then we focus on what we have next week. And then when it comes to the Super Bowl, hopefully we in it. But if we don't take care of our business each and every week, we definitely won't.
Brilliant answer, Matthew. It's been an absolute pleasure, my friend. I appreciate you taking the time. It's been an honor. God bless, mate.
Thank you too. Pleasure's all mine.